with coverage you can count on. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6 in HD.
Severe storms pushed through the southeast last night, killing 5 people and destroying a number of structures. I'm Cindy Sexton.
I'm David Carroll. In Polk County, a tornado killed 2 people, a volunteer firefighter and his wife. 3 people were killed in a tornado in Jackson County, Alabama on Sand Mountain in the Rosalie community. Tornadoes also hit in Tullahoma and in Meigs County, Tennessee. We have team coverage of the storms in the area tonight. We have reporters stationed in McMinn, Polk, Marion, and Sequatchie counties. And Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris kicks it off with a look at what we can expect next. Paul?
Well, I want to review the showers and the thunderstorms that moved by because the rain was so extraordinary. We're going to have the reports on the tornadoes that touched down, all the severe weather across the Tennessee Valley. But let's check out, on the radar here, through our radar estimates, how much rain has fallen. And you can see that area in red. It's a swath from Scottsboro to Chattanooga up to Dunlap to Cleveland. The area in purple is where the heaviest rain was, from about Athens to Cleveland. And a good 6.5 inches of rain is possible throughout that purple area, right along between I-75 and US 27. That's where the heaviest rain was. You can see how it was very intense over Alabama, then started spreading out sort of like a fan as it moved up towards Dayton and Athens. And right in that mess, that's where some of the tornadoes touched down too. Now, south of Dalton, especially south of Tunnel Hill, the rain wasn't as heavy, with only about an inch and a half out near Dalton, and less than that out all the way to Calhoun and out near Chattooga County and into the Blue Ridge Mountains also. They didn't get that much. I'll tell you what to expect over the next few days in just a bit.
Thank you, Paul. In addition to the fatalities we reported in Alabama, 3 children and 3 adults were injured in a daycare facility in DeKalb County, Alabama.
The operators of the daycare live in a nearby mobile home park and fled their home to take shelter in the daycare. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Herron continues our team coverage with a look at the damage in Alabama.
The nonstop rain here in Jackson County, Alabama has made it hard for crews to start cleaning up after last night's storms. I spoke with one woman who was stuck inside of her home for hours when the storms blocked both of her entrances.
It's been raining since it happened last night, so you can't really do anything.
Through one of her front window screens, Mary Benson describes what it was like as an EF2 tornado hit her Rosalie home.
It was more of a roar sound, and I got up to check my cell phone, and about that time I hollered, and then hollered for my child to get to the basement.
Her quick thinking likely saved her and her family's lives. Winds reaching 135 miles per hour forced parts of her roof to come crashing down on top of her cars and snap the trees that surround her home in half, blocking her and her family from getting out. Crews were able to get in and out through a bedroom door.
I don't know, it can all be replaced because we're all fine. But, I believe in the Lord.
Constant rain and damage that stretched 1.5 miles long made it hard for crews to clean up. Gary Gibbons and his team helped out by going door to door, offering tarps to anyone who needed it.
A lot of people need help right now. First thing I did is went to Walmart and bought all the tarps they had. If your stuff's getting wet, I want to help you cover it up,
It's obviously going to take a while for crews to clean up after these storms. They just ask that you be patient. Now, as soon as we get any more updates, we'll be sure to pass them along to you. Reporting from Jackson County, Alabama, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We are covering storm damage in all parts of the Channel 3 viewing area tonight. At least 8 counties in Tennessee experienced a severe weather outbreak overnight.
Take a look at this map. It shows the hardest hit areas in and around the Channel 3 viewing area. And as you see, it hit a lot of areas. The Tennessee Emergency Management Agency, TEMA, says Bradley and Sequatchie counties have structural damage and some downed power lines. Thankfully, no serious injuries and no fatalities. 3 people were injured in Marion County with reports of multiple collapsed structures, downed trees, and power lines.
Up to 30 people are injured in Meigs County and several structures are damaged. In Polk County, a U.S. post office was knocked down completely by an EF3 tornado. Channel 3 Storm Alert meteorologist Nick Austin joins us live from there with the damage reports. Nick?
Well, Cindy, most of the damage here in Polk County is here right in the town of Ocoee. And it happened actually over a fairly small area. Now, what used to be the post office here is right behind me. Some other buildings and homes also destroyed. Power lines also still down along some streets as well. And also a lot of trees just splintered and twisted. Unfortunately, we see images like this across the Tennessee Valley in recent years. Crews continue clearing down power lines, trying to restore electricity to almost 3,000 people in this area. The National Weather Service, as we mentioned, says that based on the damage, this has been determined to be an EF3 tornado.
I see some indications of subvortices, meaning small swirls within the overall tornado that hit the post office here and hit the fire hall and missed the house in between. So it's not just one organized tornado.
Now, it's estimated that the winds were 140 miles per hour with this EF3 tornado. They still have to determine the width and the length of the tornado's path. So for now, the report from the Weather Service is preliminary, and we'll have more details as it becomes fully confirmed a little bit later on. Live in Polk County, Nick Austin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Nick. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office sent a search and rescue team to McMinn County this morning.
There were several people trapped inside their homes after an EF2 tornado hit McMinn last night. And Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kate Smith is at one of the hardest hit areas and has more for us. Kate?
David, the EF2 tornado destroyed homes and area businesses like this once Save-A-Lot food market. Neighbors are heartbroken as they now look to rebuild. Crews worked quickly to remove downed trees and power lines after a tornado swept through the city of Athens. Neighbors drove by to get their first glimpse of the storm damage.
I'm out to look to see how much damage was done because it's our hometown. We've been here. And we've shopped at the store, I don't know. I know the owner.
The Save-A-Lot food market is destroyed, along with other area businesses. The laundry depot was open when the storm hit. Now a closed sign hangs on the front door.
Still got water coming through the roof, and then without power, we're not going to really know the extent of damage until we get some type of power back on and we can stop the leaking.
A shelter at the local Methodist church was put in place to assist those affected by the storms.
Full day and a stressful overnight period, so really kind of giving people the opportunity to relax and get some of those immediate needs addressed.
Destruction is a theme here in Athens. Businesses, homes, and even the cemetery damaged by the tornado. A heartbreaking sight for neighbors.
Can't believe it's that bad. They said Dayton got it worse than this. A lot worse.
Piece by piece, the community now works to clean up the debris in hopes of rebuilding after a difficult year.
It's been a rough 6 or 8 months. We needed the rain, but we didn't need it. We didn't need it like this, did we?
Now, in the last few weeks, we have reported some horrific news, but I do have some sweet news for you this evening. In the midst of the storm, an expecting mother was rescued by firefighters and transported to an area hospital where she delivered a healthy baby girl. Very sweet news this evening after a day of reporting devastation like this. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Sidery is also in McMinn County with some of the harder hit areas. Sarah?
Kate, we're told that the Deerfield Estate subdivision was one of the worst hit areas that's located off of Highway 307, about 2 miles from where we are now and a mile down the road from the Mayfield Corn Maze and Pumpkin Patch. Deputies are rerouting traffic here at Tellico Avenue, and they are doing this because there are several downed trees in the areas as well as downed power lines that are creating some hazards for folks out here. We're told many of the homes in that neighborhood are devastated. They're only letting emergency vehicles and electrical crews and residents who live in Deerfield Estates past this point. They say that they're closing the roads again because of hazards with the power lines and the downed trees. We've seen electrical crews coming in and out of the the roadblock out here. But they also say that they're closing the road right here to keep any potential looters out of the neighborhoods to make sure that people's belongings, or at least what's left of them, remain safe. For now, reporting live in McMinn County, Sarah Sidery, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sarah and Kate. Now, one person is in the intensive care unit in the Sequatchie County area because of the storms. High winds and rain damaged several structures, and it was particularly bad on East Valley Road,
including a home where a family of 4 was staying. Channel 3's Paul Shaheen talked to one man who pulled out one of those family members. Paul, tell us about it.
That's right. That's just one of plenty of inspiring stories we've heard in Sequatchie County today. Now, the sun is setting on East Valley Road, rather. It's setting to a very different feel than it did 24 hours ago. Now, despite the devastation that what they're calling an EF2 tornado caused over a 14-mile stretch through Sequatchie County, despite that devastation, locals here have a lot to be thankful for. That is the theme, at least with everyone we've talked to today. And we have one very big example of that. It was the 4 family members in the video you're looking at right now. That's what's left of a trailer home. Behind me, it is dark, but you're seeing the video. Nothing left to it. They were able to salvage a few things, but believe this, there were 4 people in that. An elderly couple and then 2 of their teenage great-grandkids. I believe 12 and 13 years old. The 2 teenagers made it out of the rubble. They couldn't find their great-grandmother at the time. They went and then knocked on a neighbor's door. They woke up a guy named Chuck Morrison. Chuck Morrison, who we spoke to live at 5 o'clock, hustled over. Within 20 minutes, he says he was able to find and pull out of the rubble the grandmother who was walking today, who I spoke with. This is Chuck's account of that ordeal.
I was feared for the worst. My nerves was, I just knew I was going to find her dead, because I looked, it seemed like for 30 minutes before I could even find her. And her husband was sort of addled, and he's an older gentleman too, and he was just sitting in the truck saying, she's gone, I can't find her. And the Lord just led me to her.
And again, all 4 okay with minor injuries today. And I spoke with Sheriff of Sequatchie County, Ronnie Hitchcock, a little earlier today. He said all looters, anyone on property right now with anything damaged, if you're not helping or family, you will be prosecuted. Live from Sequatchie County, I'm Paul Shaheen, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. All right, Paul, some amazing stories out there. And coming up on the news at 6, last night's weather made it difficult for firefighters to get to a blaze in time. And sadly, it resulted in the deaths of 2 brothers.
There was large amounts of hail, gusting winds, rain in a torrential motion that just made visibility almost zero.
We'll show you the damage to the home as the Meigs County Sheriff describes the tough scene. We'll be back.
More sad news from yesterday. An early morning fire claimed the lives of 2 brothers in Meigs County.
Officials say the severe weather heavily impacted firefighters' response time last night. Firefighters responded after midnight to a home on McCoplin Lane. That's off Highway 58 in Georgetown. Deputies identified the 2 as 51-year-old Dalmas Green and 54-year-old Stephen Green. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Natalie Potts shows us the damage.
These front steps are all that's left of the home where Dalmas Wayne and Stephen Green both lived together. The home is absolutely destroyed by fire. Family members are devastated.
It's a loss for the whole community because we're a small community, and at this time of the year, it's just a tragedy, and our prayers go out to the family.
Sheriff Jackie Melton says this is the first fatal fire in Meigs County this year, and it's a tough scene to process for everyone. The 2 brothers killed were intellectually disabled. They lived here together on their older sister's property. Too upset to go on camera, she says her brothers were very innocent and loving. They liked to help out their community by picking up cans, and they would help anyone in need.
This is pretty devastating for any family.
Emergency Services Director Tony Fennell says the fire department's response time was unfortunately delayed as a result of the deadly storms in the Tennessee Valley.
Across the river bridge, there was large amounts of hail, gusting winds, rain in a torrential motion that just made visibility almost zero. Matter of fact, I had 3 pieces of apparatus that had to stop. This torrential rain passed through.
The home was fully engulfed in flames when they got there. Fennell isn't sure if a faster response time would have made a difference. He says the trailer likely went up very quickly. As for the cause, there are many unanswered questions.
Last night, during the heavy rains and torrential storm that we had coming through, we highly suspected possibility of a lightning strike because all these things were kind of going on at the same time.
Then officials found a heater on the scene. That could also have been to blame. Deputies are checking in with officials from the National Weather Service to see if there were any lightning strikes in the area that could have sparked this blaze. But for now, the official cause of the fire is still under investigation. Reporting in Meigs County, Natalie Potts, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And coming up here on Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 6, rain is the big story of the day, and Chief Meteorologist Paul Barra says we're not out of the woods yet.
And our thanks to Paul and everybody else who pulled an all-nighter, whether they were inside or out last night. We're hoping for less stressful days ahead. We'll find out in a moment what's coming up.
Well, it looks like we're seeing a real nice day for tomorrow. Lots of sunshine coming back. Just a gorgeous day. As a matter of fact, on the weather headlines, a pleasant Friday and a nice Saturday, too, although we'll see the clouds start to increase, and by Sunday we'll see some showers. Now, on the Viper, all the rain showers are well to the east of us. A few sprinkles out over Cherokee County have left. The heaviest rain is through South Carolina, North Carolina, and central Georgia. So we're finally starting to clear off, too. So it's going to be a pretty nice night. It's going to be a very nice day for tomorrow, seasonable. Again, this rain goes all the way off to the northeast and down into the Gulf of Mexico. 61 is the current temp in the city. It's 55 Fort Payne. Winds out of the west-southwest at 9, and 62 in Dalton, Cleveland, and Athens, and all the way out to Murphy. It's about 58 degrees. 72, 62 the high and the low. Over 4 inches of rain at the airport for it today. That smashes the old record. There was less than 3 inches. And we're only 17 inches below normal in rain for the year. Look at the Skywatch report. 4 inches Scottsboro, 9/10 out near Dalton only, 7/10 Calhoun, but 2.7 Lafayette, 2.3 up into Trenton, Chatsworth 1.2, Fort Mountain and Blue Ridge about 8/10. So a little less out over the Blue Ridge. 5.2 though in Riceville, Cleveland 4, Ottawa 3.3, Eastridge 4.1, Ringgold 2.5, and almost 4.5 up near Soddy Daisy. About a 4 1/3 out near Dayton, almost 5 10 Mile. About 4.5 up near Athens, and 2.2 in Turtletown. 2.5 Cagle Mountain, but you had over 4 inches of rain if you had yesterday's on top of that, and 4.3 in Colmont. So lots of rain. Wonderful. On the Vipercast, all the showers are off to the east into the Atlantic Ocean. We get a northerly breeze that dies down for tomorrow night with clear skies. Calm temperature, calm winds, and just looking very, very nice. And coming up into Friday, looks like a very nice afternoon once again with light winds. You can see the clouds start to increase coming up into Saturday, and they'll really start to thicken up as the nighttime progresses. All the rain, though, is going to stay south of us through Sunday morning, but later on Sunday, it'll start moving our way. The pinpoint forecast says Colmont tomorrow, 51. A cool day up on the plateau, but with the sunshine, it's going to feel nice. And Birchwood, you'll hit about 55 with full sunshine. Tonight, though, clearing and 41. Ford tomorrow, 56 and sunny with a northwesterly wind. And then tomorrow night, 34 with clear skies. Some scattered frost away from the city. And again, northwesterly winds at about 5 to 10. Now, the Channel 3 Storm Alert 7-day forecast, mid to upper 50s coming up on Thursday and Friday with lots of sunshine. And again, some frost coming up Friday morning with 34. Saturday morning, some frost. Clouds will be increasing with 52. On Sunday, we'll see those showers develop, especially late in the day and through Sunday night and Monday, and then into Tuesday, a chance for showers, and Wednesday, just warming up and pretty much dry by then. But we could see Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, maybe 1 to 3 inches of rain.
And still a lot of debris to clean up, so we have a handful of school closings for you when we come back.
We'll tell you about that and take one last look at the weather.
Erlanger Medical Center in downtown Chattanooga says 13 people are in the hospital with injuries from yesterday's storms. 8 adults are in fair condition, 3 are in critical, and 2 children are in fair condition. Now, as for Memorial Hospital, they report 1 woman treated at their facility.
3 schools have already decided to close tomorrow. Polk County schools were closed today, and they will be closed again tomorrow. Rosalie School, Flat Rock School, and Pisgah School in Jackson County, Alabama will be closed tomorrow, and all McMinn County schools will close tomorrow as well.
So once again, we'll tell you about some of the road closures in Hamilton County after the storms. The W Road is blocked off halfway. East 20th, Washington Street, and Dayton Boulevard at Signal Mountain Road also closed. Officials say the closures are due to flooding, and we'll keep you updated on those school closures and road closures on our website and on our app, so keep an eye throughout the evening. Here are some photos on our website showing some of the destruction from last night, and we're just going to go through some of these. And when we received them, we were just looking at these, and of course many of our reporters have seen them up close and personal, and it's still hard to process. If you have any pictures of damage in your area, be sure to share them with us. And you see the flooding conditions there and heavy damage throughout the Tennessee Valley. Pics at WRCBTV.com.
A little bit of everything out there. Let's check in with Paul Veras one last time. What about tonight?
Calming down, no problem. Winds are pretty much calm. Sky's clearing off nicely. By midnight, it should be about 49 degrees, and when you wake up, it'll be about 41 to 45, which is very seasonable. So looking at the 7-day forecast, we got 56 on Thursday, 57 on Friday with scattered frosts Friday and Saturday morning, increasing clouds Saturday, Sunday showers, and off and on showers Monday and Tuesday.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
And thanks again to all who helped in cleanup and rescue. We appreciate you.